Cedric Jackson. Calling case 2456842, people of the state of Michigan versus Cedric Jackson. Defendant is charged in count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree, person under 13, defendant 17 years of age or older. Count 2, kidnapping. Count 3, unlawful imprisonment. Defendant has a habitual offender, third offense notice. Appearances for the record, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erica Moses on behalf of the people, P 78491.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Kim LaShawn, Neighborhood Defender Services, P 59167. And it's my pleasure to represent Cedric Jackson, who is to my left. Can you state your name, sir?
Cedric Lamont Jackson.
Lamont, okay. This date, time, set for preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. I have potentially two witnesses. The first one being a juvenile. I would ask for mutual sequestration and Your Honor to not show her while she's testifying.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you have an OIC?
I do not today, Judge. He's in trial.
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, if you are a witness or potential witness, I'm ordering you to log off at this time. Any other preliminary matters?
Judge, I do have a family member. It is an aunt. She is unrelated to this case. I just want to put on the record that there is a family relationship in the courtroom right now.
Ready to call your witness?
Yes, Judge. The people call Miss Sophia Little Bay.
I need to check this on.
As I said, they're on Littleton, Littleton-ITTEY.
Hello. Can you tell me your name?
Sophia,
How old are you, Sophia?
10.
Sophia, do you know what it means to tell the truth and what it means to tell a lie?
Yes,
Do you promise to tell me the truth?
yes.
If I'm wearing a red hat right now, would I be telling the truth or am I telling a lie?
You telling a lie.
How do you know? You're not even looking at me.
Because I looked at you.
When you came in? Okay, you're pretty smart, aren't you? What grade are you in?
If
You're in 5th grade? You like school?
no,
No? That's okay. I didn't like school in the 5th grade either. I had a terrible teacher. She wasn't really good. Miss Spencer, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Okay. If I told you it was raining in the courtroom, would I be telling the truth or telling a lie?
you can tell a lie.
All right. And if I told you that right now I'm wearing some sunglasses, would I be telling you the truth or telling a lie?
You telling the truth.
Okay. You promise to tell me the truth, right? Okay. Very good. I'm going to put this microphone in your lap and have you speak directly into that so I can hear you real good, okay?
Okay.
Judge, name her first just so she can sit out for the
Sure. How old are you again?
10.
You're 10, okay.
Can I begin, Judge?
You may.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, still in morning. Good morning. Is it okay if I call you Sophia? That's your name, right? Is that a yes?
Yes,
Okay. Is it okay if I call you Sophia, not by your last name?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Sophia, how old are you again?
10.
10. And who do you live with right now?
Both of our parents.
Okay. Anybody else?
No.
Okay. And where do you go to school?
Golfers.
Okay. Where is that at? You know what city that's in?
Detroit.
Detroit. Okay. And what grade are you in?
5th.
Now, Sophia, how do you get typically to and from school?
The bus where my dad picks me up.
Is there ever a situation where you walk home or not? Okay, have you walked home before? Okay,
Either with my brother.
okay. What's your brother's name?
Sanchez.
Okay, Sanchez is your brother's? Okay. Do you live near an area of Braille Street? Does that sound familiar to you?
I know I live near my school.
Okay, you live near your school. Would you have occasion to ever pass by a Braille Street on your way to or from school?
No.
That's okay. All right, I want to take you back to about April 17th of 2024. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that day. Where were you?
Like at school.
Okay, what time did you start school?
My school starts at,
And if you don't know, that's okay. I don't want you guessing, but if you know.
I think 7:15,
7:15. Okay, and what time does school end?
2:30 or 2:40.
Okay, so on this particular day, were you supposed to get a ride home from somebody, or did you have another way to get home?
I was supposed to be on the bus.
Okay, and did you get on the bus that day?
No,
Why not?
because my report card was bad.
Okay, tell me about the report card. What was bad about it?
Math and science.
So did you not
But
get
it was mostly math.
mostly math? Okay, so you have a little bit of a hard time with math? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, and did your report card show maybe not a great grade for math? Yes, okay. So why didn't you want to get on the bus because of that?
Because I thought I was gonna get in trouble when I go home.
Okay, and you thought, who would you get in trouble with?
My mom.
Okay, so instead of getting on the bus, what did you do?
I was walking with my friend Taylor.
Okay, and tell me about Taylor. Is she in your grade? Is that a yes? Okay. And do you know her full name or just her first name?
Just her first name.
Okay. And you were walking with Taylor. Do you know if Taylor lives in that area too?
Yes,
Okay. Do you know what street she lives on?
no.
Okay, that's okay. How far away is the school from your house if you were to walk? How long would it take you to get there?
Like
Like seconds or minutes or hours?
minute.
Minutes, okay. So what time do you remember leaving school that day?
Around, I think, 3. Because, no, like when I got out of school,
Yes.
I stayed at the school for about till 3 o'clock, I think.
Okay, do you usually stay at the school that late?
I have before when my dad was picking me up, or one of my family members.
Okay, and what time does the bus usually pick you up to take you home when you take the bus?
The buses leave around 2:45, I think.
Okay, so you stayed at that school a little longer than that, so you already missed the bus, is that fair?
Mhm.
Is that yes?
Yes,
Okay, and the reason for you missing that bus was again what?
the report card.
Okay, so you decided to walk, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, where did you walk to?
We went to me and Taylor went to a food place. It's like they sell free food in here, and we went to her house to separate it and stuff.
Okay, let me ask you this free food place, is it a house or a business or something else?
It's like sometimes they do it at churches, but it was like on the street.
Okay, so does that happen all the time, or was this just out of the blue that they had this free food stand?
They do it.
Okay, so as soon as you left school, did you stop there first or anywhere else?
We had.
Let me ask you this, so you said you got some food, right? And then you went to Taylor's house, what order was that? Did you get the food and then go to Taylor's house, or the other way around? Is that a yes?
We went to the food place in the Taylor's house.
Okay, where is that food place at in relation to your school? Is it real close or far away?
It's like my school is right here, and then once you walk this way, and then the second light, you go turn this way, and then you go that way, and then that's where it is.
Okay, so how long were you there getting food? If you
Like
remember.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. Did you get food? Okay, and where'd you go next?
Then we went to Taylor's house to split it up,
Okay, how far away is Taylor's house compared to the food place?
like 5 minutes away.
Okay, and did you walk there or get there some other kind of way?
we walked there.
Okay. And tell me what it was like that day outside. What was going on?
Like outside of school.
Like outside, while you're standing outside on the sidewalk, tell me what was going on.
It was just cars getting food and stuff.
Okay, do you remember what you were wearing?
A green Mickey Mouse shirt, I think, and I think some black cargo pants, I think.
Okay. Did you have a jacket on or no?
I don't remember.
Okay, do you remember if it was the temperature? Was it hot, cold, or something else?
Since it was raining, it was cold.
Okay, let's talk about that rain. Tell me about it. What was
It
it like?
was like, it was, I think it was thundering, and it was
Was it just sprinkling outside or was it something?
raining hard.
It was raining hard, okay. So you're walking with Taylor, and what, if anything, do you do? You go to Taylor's house?
Not to stay there, we just split everything up, and then we tried to wait till her parents got home to see if I could come in because it was raining, but, they weren't there, so.
So did you get the impression that you could stay with Taylor or no at that
Yeah,
time?
because her parents would say yeah,
Okay, did you stay at Taylor's house?
because her parents weren't there, only her older sister was there.
Okay, so what did you do?
We just, after we left Taylor's house, we had start walking, like, I don't know how many blocks and stuff, but
Let me ask you this, where were you heading to after leaving Taylor's house?
I had told her that I didn't go to my mom's house, and then I was trying to make my way to my dad's house.
Okay, so your mom and dad do or don't live together?
They don't.
They don't. Do they live close to each other or not? Then yes?
Yes.
So after you leave Taylor's house, does Taylor go with you?
Yes.
Okay, and what direction are you headed toward, mom's or dad's or somewhere else?
My dad, but we were just walking, so I wasn't paying attention, so.
Okay, so at some point, do you keep walking or do you stop anywhere?
We stayed at her house for like,
So I wanna know after you left Taylor's, okay? So you got your food, you're at Taylor's, you divide the food, and then you leave Taylor's house, but Taylor's with you, right?
and then I have like my stuff,
Okay,
cause she put her stuff in the house.
okay. So as you're walking, what direction are you going to? Where are you headed?
After we leave her house, we leave, so her house is right here, and then we go here, and then we start looking, and not looking, we start walking, and then we had turned this way.
Okay. So as you're walking,
So her house is right here,
okay.
and then we go this way, and then this way, like we.
Okay, let me follow you, okay? So you're gesturing with your hand, you leave Taylor's house. Do you know if you make a left or a right out of Taylor's house?
We make a left,
You make a left, okay, and then do you go straight or turn again?
we go straight on the sidewalk,
Okay, how long do you go straight for? If you know.
I think like 2 minutes,
Okay,
well, not even 2 minutes, I think 1 minute, and then we had a turn on the end of the block.
okay, do you know what the names of those streets are on that block? Okay, what made you guys turn there?
Because she has like a certain way, like she can't go too far, but
Okay,
she can go far, but she can go like 5 blocks.
so as you're walking, did you go past that 5 block mark or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, do you stop anywhere? Okay, is that yes?
Yes.
Okay, and where do you stop at?
We had stopped, like, cause we was getting tired and stuff, so we had just stopped at a couple of streets. Cause her siblings was with us.
Okay,
Yeah, but we had to take them, we were still walking with them, but we had to take her siblings to her house.
okay, so after the siblings are dropped off at the house, do you guys take them back to Taylor's house?
Yeah, we take them to Taylor's house.
Okay, so now I just wanna focus on what you, Sophia, and Taylor were doing, okay? So you left Taylor's house, you got your food. What's the weather like outside at that time? Is it still raining or no?
Yeah, it was still raining.
Okay. And were you getting wet?
Uh-huh,
Okay, then yes.
yes,
Okay, did you have an umbrella or not?
no.
Okay. So as you're walking, do you make the decision to do anything? Let me ask you this, strike that. Did you walk straight home?
No.
Where did you go?
We went. Can you repeat that?
Sure. So after you leave Taylor's house, you're walking, you told me you made a left out her house, you walked straight a couple minutes, and then you made, I believe you said a right, or did you turn right or left? Turn right, okay. What did you see when you turned right? Anything draw your attention?
Mm-mm.
Let
We
me know.
just seen houses and then we had walked, I think, 2 more blocks. And then, well, we had, every block we had stopped because we were getting tired and stuff because it was raining. And then we had the boxes in our hands. And then we had, stopped. And then every single block we had switched holding the box.
Okay, so let me ask you this, so you're walking and you're doing all these turns, right? Do you go anywhere else besides your home after that? Do you remember where you went to next while walking with Taylor, while you're doing the path you told us? Do you stop anywhere else or see anything else?
Yeah.
What do you see?
So once we stopped at like the 4th block, I think, we came across this house that was at the end of the corner
Okay, and why did you stop at that house?
because we had saw a person that
Tell me, what does this house look like? Are any windows? Okay, is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about those windows, what do they look like? If you can remember.
They were just wide windows.
Okay, so did something about that house make you want to look at it or no? Or was it just a regular house you were walking by?
It was like so we came across that house and then me and Taylor had looked each way and then we had saw a person that was me. So Taylor had.
I want you to just focus on what you saw, okay? So you're walking and you just talked about a house. Is that house on a street? Is it on a corner or something else?
It's a corner.
Okay, and you're walking by that house, do you stop at that house? So yes?
Yes.
Okay, and what makes you stop at that house?
Because Taylor had told me that it was Taylor had tapped me and then she had tapped me like near my back and then I had looked over and then we both had saw a person that was looking at the window and then we had went.
Okay, let me ask you this, where did you see this person at?
The window.
Okay, was this a person standing inside the house or outside the house?
And so
Okay, and could you see that person clearly?
there were blinds.
Say that again?
There were blinds
There were blinds. Okay, so how did you know somebody was actually there?
because we saw a person.
Okay, and did you see that person's face or not?
No,
Okay.
we only saw the person's face when we went to the door.
Okay, so let me ask you that. So is that person just standing or sitting or doing something else from the window that you can see?
I don't know if he was like, I don't know if the person was.
Okay, at some point, do you leave that house or do you stay at that location?
We stay at the location
Okay, why did you stay?
because we had saw like Taylor had saw him walking near the door, so that's when we walk up to the door And then Taylor, I think Taylor knocked on it first, and then I knocked on it, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. So you see this person standing, could you tell if it was a man or a woman at the window?
Yeah, Taylor had told me.
No, I wanna know what you saw. So did you see this person at the window?
Yes,
Okay, and could you tell at that time if it was a man or a woman?
yes,
Okay, what did you see?
I had saw a man.
Okay, so you are saying that at some point Taylor and you both approached that front door, is that correct? Is that true? Okay. So why are you approaching that door at all? What made you go up there?
Because,
Sure. So you're standing, you see this person in a window, right?
yes,
Had you been to that house or that location before?
no,
Okay, so you said that you went up there, you actually knocked on that door, is that right?
Taylor knocked on it first and then I.
Okay, so why did you want to knock on that door? What made you do that?
Because it was raining hard and then Taylor wanted to go home and then, so Taylor had just stopped at, I don't know why this house, but Taylor had stopped at that house and then she had saw the person and then we had went up to the door and then she knocked first and then I knocked second and then the person had went up to the door.
Okay, let me ask you this, what kind of door is it? Is it a screen door only, or is there a bigger door behind it? Shut.
It's
If you remember, I don't want you to make stuff up if you don't remember, okay? Do you remember that if that door was open
I
or
think
shut?
there was a white door behind her.
Okay. So do you know the difference between like a screen door and a storm door? Or a main door and a screen door?
I know like the inside door. Like you're in a house and then you leave the first door. I know that door was white. I don't know about the second door.
Okay, that first door, the one closest to the inside of the house, was that door open or shut if you can remember? At the time that you walked up there and started knocking, do you remember or not?
I don't remember.
Okay, so you get up there, how many times do you knock on that door?
I don't know how many times Taylor knocked on the door. I think I've knocked like twice.
Okay, so what is going through your mind at that point? What do you want to do?
I wasn't really thinking nothing.
Okay, so how far away is this house from either your mom's house or your dad's house?
I don't know.
Okay, do you know if it was a short distance or long distance, or you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, had you walked in that area before?
I think we like in a car we drove past it before.
Okay, and do you remember what street that is or no?
No.
Okay, that's okay. So you knock on the door and what happens next?
About like I think 1 minute or so. I don't know. The person opens the door.
Okay, now is this person somebody that you've seen before or no?
No.
Okay, now this person that you saw at the window, did that person stay there or move?
Move
Okay, and where that person moved to?
the door.
And was that door opened? Who opened it?
The person.
And did you get a good look at that person?
Yeah, because it was like I think I remember it was like a glass door, I think.
Okay, so when you get to that door, you knock, it takes about a minute for someone to open? Is that a yes or no?
I think it was a minute
Okay, so why are you waiting? Why not just knock and if no one answers right away, leave?
because it was like, I said, I don't know if it was a minute because they opened the door like, I don't know how far, I don't know if it was something of a distance from the window to the door,
Okay,
but it was pretty quick.
okay, and when the door opens, do you say anything?
I don't,
Okay, do you remember this person, not Taylor, but the other person that you saw say anything to you?
both of us like,
So this person, is it a male or female?
yeah,
Okay, and does he appear to be older than 18? Say that?
yes,
Out loud? Okay, yes. And again, you're 10 years old?
yes,
Okay, so when you get to the door, does that male say anything to you?
yes,
What do you remember him saying?
I don't,
You don't remember anything? Okay, do you remember you saying anything to him?
once he offered to let me come in, I had said,
Okay, so wait, let me back up for a second, okay? So you see him face to face. Does he open that screen door, that second door that you were talking about, or does that stay closed?
yes, once I come in,
Okay, so what makes you come inside?
because it was raining, and I didn't want to be in there. I would have went to Taylor's house, but her parents weren't there.
Okay, so the door gets open and you said, you used the word invited in. What does that mean?
He offered for me to come in.
Okay, do you remember what he said or how he said it?
No.
Okay, so you hear this person say this, and is this somebody that you met before or no?
No.
So why in the world are you going into this person's house?
Huh?
Why are you going into this person's house if you don't know him?
Because it was raining and we were already on the person's porch, so.
Okay, did you want to go home at that time?
I tried to make my way to my dad's house, but it was like, I didn't remember where I was going, so,
Okay, so do you eventually go into this house?
yes.
Okay, does Taylor go with you or does she go somewhere else?
She goes somewhere else.
Okay, so does she leave the property? Do you see her anymore?
She had said bye, I said bye.
Okay, and what do? You go into the house or you stay outside on the porch?
I go in.
Okay, and tell me what you see when you walk into the house.
I don't really know, I just saw the window, I think,
Was that the same window that you saw him standing in before? Okay. And did you see any furniture in that room that you walked in?
yes, I think I only see like a coffee table.
Okay.
Or a couch.
Okay, so do you have anything with you, like a backpack or that bag of food? Okay, and
I
where does,
had a backpack, a bag of food, and I think I had something else, I don't know. what it
okay,
was.
and what happens with those things? Do you bring them in or leave them outside?
I bring it in, the person told me to set it down, so I do that.
And where did you set it down in?
I think it was like a chair,
Okay, and was that chair close to the front door or no?
yes,
Okay, and this person we're talking about, you remember what he looked like or no?
yes.
Okay, do you see anybody who looks like that person in the courtroom right now? Say yes?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to identify who that person is by pointing and say something he's wearing. What's he wearing?
I don't know the color.
You don't know the color, what's it close to?
Green.
Okay, judge, I guess for in-court identification of an adversary.
So moved.
So when you go into the house, is it like a living room that you walk into, or is it a different kind? It's a living room?
Yes.
Okay, do you stay in that living room? Is that a no?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask it one more time, because I'm getting a little confused, okay? So when you walk into the room, do you stay in that room or do you go somewhere else?
So he told me to put my stuff down,
Okay.
and then he told me to follow him, and then it was like a room he led me to, and then
Okay, let's talk about what you're seeing as you're walking through, okay? So after you leave the living room, where do you go to next? Where are you walking to?
room.
Okay, is the room connected to that living room or is there
No.
something between?
It's like a door you can go through.
Okay, and did you walk through that door?
Yes.
Okay, who walked in first, you or him?
I don't.
Okay, but at some point you are in a different room?
Yes.
Okay, do you get there on your own?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, and is he saying anything to you as you're walking?
No.
Okay, and where do you end up at? What kind of room?
A bedroom.
Okay, how did you know it was a bedroom?
Cause it just looked like a bedroom because it had a bed.
Okay, let's talk about that bed, what did it look like? Was it a little bed, big bed, or medium bed? Big bed, okay. Did it have anything that you can remember noticeable about it, or was it just a regular old bed?
It's just, it had a bed frame, a cover.
Do you remember what that bed frame looked like, what color it was?
I think it was some of it brown.
Okay. Do you remember what the covers looked like? No? Is that a no?
Yes.
Okay, is there anything else in that room besides a bed?
Like a closet, and then like another closet in front of it, and then a mirror on the side of the bed. The bed is right here. It's like a wardrobe and then a closet in front of it. And then it's a mirror on the side of the bed, and then there's a TV, and then a dresser.
Is this a big room, a little room, or a medium-sized room?
I say,
Let me ask you this, when you walk into the house initially, do you see anywhere to sit there, or is it an empty living room?
I could sit on the couch or the place I set my stuff.
Okay, so there was a couch in that first room?
Yes.
Was there anything else besides the couch, like a chair or nothing else?
A chair.
A chair, okay, so you get into this room, and what happens when you get into the room, the bedroom?
He says I could just stay here, and then he gave me a sandwich, and then pop again.
Okay, let me ask you this, and go a little bit slower, okay? So when you get into the bedroom, how are you feeling at that time?
Regular.
Okay, were you worried at all, or you were feeling fine?
I was feeling fine.
Okay, what did you think about going into that room? What was going through your head? Did you feel comfortable going into that bedroom?
Yeah, I had thought what I did would go back to school,
Okay,
because I still wanted to go to school.
okay, but school was already over at that time, right? So this is
Like,
about what? Sorry.
I still what I mean by I still wanted to go to school was I still wanted to finish the year out.
I got you, okay. So, do you know about what time you get to this house when you enter this guy's house? Is it light out still or getting dark?
It's still light.
It's still light out, okay. And did you ask for something to eat?
Don't remember.
Okay, did you ask for something to drink?
Don't remember.
Okay, but did you get something to eat? Is that yes?
Yes.
What'd you get?
Peanut butter.
Okay, did you make that yourself?
No.
Okay, who made that, if you know?
The person.
Okay. Did you see him make it or no?
No.
Okay, when you get into that house, do you see any other adults besides that man that you identified in the house?
Can you repeat that?
Sure, do you see anybody else besides you and that guy in the house?
No.
Okay, did you hear anybody else in the house?
A dog.
A dog. Okay, did you see the dog or no?
No.
Okay, so does he make the sandwich in the bedroom or does he go somewhere else?
He went somewhere else.
Okay, do you know where he went to or not?
No.
Do you,
I'm pretty sure it was the kitchen.
okay, do you stay in that room or do you leave it?
I stayed.
Okay, why are you staying in that room?
I don't know what to say.
Okay, where are you at in the room? Are you standing, laying down, or sitting?
I am. I'm on the bed.
Okay, how do you get on that bed?
I went on the bed.
Okay, did somebody tell you to or you did it all on your own?
I did it myself.
Okay, and were there pillows on that bed?
Yes.
Was there a blanket on that bed?
Yes.
Okay, were there sheets on that bed, if you know?
I don't know.
Okay, so where do you sit on that bed? You sit at the top where the pillows are, in the middle? Okay, why the middle?
Not the middle, like I sit at the top, but I was in the middle of the bed.
I got you. Okay, so why are you in the middle of that bed and sitting in that bed? Don't know? Okay, was there anywhere
So I
else?
was like, the bed is right here,
Okay,
and then it's, I think, 2 pillows, but I'm between 2 pillows.
okay. Is anything else going on in that room?
No.
Okay, you mentioned some dressers and a closet.
Uh-huh.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, and you mentioned a television, is that right?
Yes.
Tell me where that TV was in relation to the bed.
In front of it.
Okay.
In front of the bed.
Okay, was that TV off?
Yes.
Okay, does it stay off?
No.
Okay, what happens?
After he brought back the stuff he had asked that I want to watch TV, and I said yes, and then
Okay, let me ask you this. You remember what kind of sandwich it was?
yes, it was a peanut butter sandwich.
Okay, what was it on? Was it just a sandwich or was it on something?
It was on the plate.
Do you remember what the plate looked like?
white, I think.
And do you remember what kind of drink you were given?
It tasted like a brush, or orange crush,
Orange Crush, okay, and was it in a can, a bottle, or a glass, or something else?
a bottle, but it, like, I couldn't, it was like, the bottle came with a top, but the top wasn't on it.
Okay, and is it like a big 2 liter, or is it a little bottle?
It's like this wide and this tall.
Okay, so like a 12-ounce bottle for the record, Judge, here's for hand Judge.
Okay.
Do you drink that liquid?
Mm-hmm.
Say yes?
Yes,
Okay, and do you eat that sandwich?
yes.
How much of it do you eat?
I think I only took 2 bites,
And how much of the drink did you drink?
not that much.
Okay, but did you have some of it? Say yes?
Yes,
Okay, so what happens after that, after you eat and drink? Where does he go?
I don't know.
Okay, after he hands you the items, does he stay in the room or does he leave?
He leaves
Okay.
after he turns the TV on.
Okay. Is there a door to this bedroom or no?
Yes,
Does that door stay open or closed? If you remember. You don't remember, that's okay.
down.
That's okay. So after he hands you the drinks, does he stay there and stand there watching you eat, or does he go somewhere else?
He goes somewhere else.
Okay, how long is he gone for? Does he stay the whole time you're eating, or does he come back at all?
He eventually said he was gonna make something, but I don't remember what he said he was gonna make.
Okay. As you're eating and drinking, are you still laying down in the bed?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
But he set the food down on the dresser, so I eventually get up to.
Okay. So you get it, and then you eat it while you're sitting in that middle of the bed like you talked about?
No,
Where do you eat it at?
I get up and eat it.
Okay, so you're standing while you're eating?
Nuh-uh.
Where do you go?
I was like at the end of the bed.
Okay, so you're done eating. No, after you finish eating, I'm asking you a question, okay? So after you're done eating, do you see this man again or no?
Like after I'm done,
Yes. Do you finish your sandwich and you finish your drink?
it was like 2 minutes later, he had said he was gonna make something, but I don't remember what he said he was gonna make.
Okay, after you're done eating and drinking, what do you do with the plate and the cup or the bottle?
I just left it on the dresser,
Okay, and where did you go after that?
back to the top of the bed,
Okay, and are you above blanket or under blanket, or you don't remember?
under.
Under, okay, are you laying on one of the pillows or still between the pillows?
I think it's still between.
Okay, and how are you feeling at that time?
Sleepy.
Okay, were you sleepy when you first got there?
Mm-mm.
Is that a no?
Yeah.
Okay, at what point you start feeling sleepy?
After, I went to sleep like, after like 1 minute later.
Okay, so you ate some, you drank some, and then you started to feel sleepy? Is that
Yes.
how it went? Okay, and what do you do? You're sleepy, what do you do if anything?
After like 1 minute, I go to sleep.
Do you remember falling asleep?
Yes,
Do you remember how long you slept for?
no,
Okay, and did you wake up at some point? You're here now, so you woke up at some point. Do you remember waking up?
yes.
And what did you see when you woke up?
Well, I think I missed a part.
Okay, so let's go back. So you ate and you drank, you got back into bed, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and
And
then,
you started feeling sleepy, you said? What part are we missing?
oh yeah, I forgot, I had felt like a little bit lightheaded too.
Okay, so when you feel lightheaded, you said you go to sleep?
I had went to sleep.
Okay, but you don't know how long you slept for, is that fair?
Yes,
Okay, what wakes you up? How do you wake up?
naturally.
Okay, and what do you see when you wake up?
Can you repeat that?
Sure, are you by yourself in that room when you wake up?
Uh-uh.
Okay, who's in there with you?
The person,
Okay, and where is he at? So you're still in the bed, right? Where is he in relation to that bed? Where's he at?
The bed is right here. I would say he's.
Is he close to the bed?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, is he sitting down, standing up, laying down?
Think he is. Sitting up.
Okay, so when I say sitting down, I mean like, is he on the bed, sitting or on a chair like this? Or is he standing up by the bed, or is he moving around? What is he doing?
Standing up.
Okay, is he standing where in relation to you on that bed? Is he at the foot of the bed, looking at you, or at the side, or at the top of the bed? Sure. So let me ask you this, because that was kind of a confusing question. The bed that we talked about, is it against the wall, or is it just sitting in the middle of the room?
I don't get it.
Okay, so you know you're talking about the mattress, or the bed and the headboard, you're talking about the brown headboard, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that headboard touching a wall, or is it not touching a wall?
It is touching the wall.
Okay, and you're in the middle of that bed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm in that bed where you are and I'm looking out, where is the door to enter and exit that bedroom? Is it to my left, straight ahead, to the right, or something else?
It's like right here.
Okay, so if I'm
To the
you,
bed.
okay, so the bed, pretend I'm laying on the bed. You're saying the door is to the left or to the right? Or is it
The left.
straight to the left? Okay. And you said he's by the bed, so I want to know where on the bed he's closest to. Is he closest to your feet, to your side, or to your head?
He's like, so the bed is right here. And then closer to like right here.
Are you pointing towards where your feet would be? Okay, let me ask you this. Is he sitting down or standing up on the bed? Or standing near the bed? Is he on the bed at all?
Standing.
Is he touching the bed at all? At that time when you first saw him?
No.
Okay. And do you stay laying in that bed? Sure. When you see this man, you said he's standing by the bed. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Do you stay laying in the bed or do you get up?
I get up.
Okay. And are you wearing anything in particular?
Chippy?
Sure. What are you wearing at that time? You talked about what you were wearing when you first got in. I think you said a Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse shirt and some black cargo pants. Is that still what you're wearing or no? What are you wearing at that time when you wake up?
Like, like, can you repeat that?
Sure. Clothes, okay? Like right now I'm wearing a jacket, a shirt, and some pants.
Mhm.
You said you were wearing some cargo shorts and a Mickey Mouse shirt, is that right?
Yes.
So you wake up in that bed.
Yes.
Are you still wearing that or something else?
No.
You don't know that you weren't wearing something else or you don't remember?
I do.
Okay,
I'm
what-
saying no.
What did you have on your body? Did you still have that Mickey Mouse shirt on?
Mm-mm.
Is that a no? Did you have a shirt on?
Yeah.
Did you have like a brassiere or a undergarment on? Do you wear anything under your shirt typically? Were you wearing anything under that Mickey Mouse shirt that time?
No.
Okay, so do you have anything on your upper body at that time when you wake up? Let me ask you this, are you naked or are you wearing clothes on the top?
Oh, on the top. I didn't have my sweater.
Did you have any kind of clothing on top?
No.
Okay, so were you naked on top?
On top and bottom, like, yeah.
Okay, so you bottom two, you didn't have your cargo pants on anymore? Is that a no? So instead of the uh-uhs and the uh-huhs, I need you to say yes or no, okay? Because we're making a record, okay? So when you wake up, are you still under blankets or are you over blankets? If you remember.
I was over.
Okay, and
But when I went to sleep, I was under.
got it, okay. So you woke up, you don't have any top on, is that fair?
Yeah.
And you said you don't have any bottoms on either?
Yeah.
Did you see where those items were?
No.
Okay, so you didn't see them at all in the room when you woke up? Is that a no?
No.
Okay. And did you have anything on under your pants when you got into that house?
When I first walked in, yes.
Did you have like underwear?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And when you woke up, was that underwear still on you?
Cutie.
Sure. When you wake up from falling asleep, you said you didn't have the cargo pants on anymore. Do you have anything on your body at all, clothes-wise?
No.
Okay, so were you completely naked?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you saw this person again, and he's in the room, did you see what he was wearing?
No.
Okay. What happened next after you wake up? Do you stay in that room or do you go somewhere else?
Cutie.
Sure. So you're in that bedroom still, right?
Yes.
Are the lights on or off?
Off.
Is the TV on or off?
I didn't look at the TV.
Okay. Was there any kind of light source in the room that you could see his face and his body?
I mean, like, I could see his face.
Okay. How could you see his face? Where was the light coming from?
I could just see his face.
Okay. And do you stay in that bed or do you move somewhere?
I feel like a tight grip
Where was that tight grip?
on like my left arm,
Okay. And you're gesturing somewhere between your shoulder and your elbow you felt grabbed?
my shoulder.
Okay. And what was grabbing you?
The person,
Say it again.
the person's hand.
Okay. One hand or two?
One.
Okay. And it grabbed you on the arm. How did that feel?
It felt like it was just tight.
Tight. Did it hurt? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Does he grab you while you're still in the bed or are you off the bed at some point?
I'm still in the bed, but like I got out of bed because he was like moving a little bit.
Okay, when he's moving, so help me picture this, okay? You're laying in bed and you said he grabs you by the left arm, left shoulder?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember with what hand he grabbed you with, left or right, or no? Okay, so he grabs you, you're still laying in the bed. Do you get moved or do you move yourself?
I got moved
How did you get moved?
by his hand.
And where were you moved to? Did you stay on that bed or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Okay.
I had got moved to the left.
So you're moved to the restroom. Are you walking first or is he walking first?
I was
Behind. Do you hear him saying anything as you're walking or as he's grabbing you?
behind.
Is that a no? So you just say yes or no, okay? Did you hear him say anything?
No.
Okay. And how far, you said you went to a restroom, is that right?
Yeah.
What's in that restroom?
Just
Tom, just a toilet or is it like a whole bath setup?
it's just I think it was a sink, a toilet, and a shower.
Okay. And as you're walking, are you still naked or do you have something on?
I still have no clothes.
Okay, and what happens when you get into that restroom? You said you're walking first, she's leading you, or is he leading, or is he walking first ahead of you?
He walked.
Okay, does he get into that restroom first, or do you? Let me ask you this, so you wake up, how are you feeling when you wake up, your body, how's it feeling?
Just my arm.
You said before you felt a little bit lightheaded and tired.
Yes, before I went to sleep.
Okay, when you woke up, were you still feeling at all lightheaded or tired? Is that a no? Did you feel normal or did your body feel different at all?
Only my arm.
Okay, what about your arm? It just hurt? Okay. Is that a yes?
Yes,
So do you get into the bathroom or do you not go into that bathroom?
I did.
Okay, and what happens when you get into the bathroom?
So I was like in the back, and then I felt his hand like let go, and then it's like we were near the shower. Like the shower's right here, the toilet's right here, and the sink right here. And then the door is right by the sink.
Okay, does that door stay open or does it get shut?
it stays open.
And do you stand there or does something happen?
It's like, I felt like the arm pushed up, so it was like
Okay, at
it
some
was a push up, so,
okay, so while he's got your arm in the bedroom, he leads you to the bathroom. Is that what you said?
yes.
Does he let go of your arm at any time?
Yeah, as soon as I'm like near, like, he lets go, like, I couldn't like really see.
But what are you feeling? Do you feel him grabbing you still?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes,
Okay, so I want you to tell us what this room looks like. So you get into the bathroom. Do you notice anything about the bathroom?
yeah, the shower room,
Shower's on. Here, are the lights on?
I couldn't really notice that.
Okay, you don't know if there was a light on or not. Was it still daytime out?
I don't know,
Okay, but could you see what was in the bathroom?
yes,
How did you know the shower was on?
I heard,
Okay, and is there a shower curtain or a shower door? Like, is it a sliding hard door or is it
I
like a
couldn't
soft
see.
curtain? Okay, so what happens next?
I felt like a push,
So where did you feel a push at?
like, felt like my arm and it had went, like, my body had went up near the shower, and then that's when, like,
So let me ask you this, is there a shower head or is it just a bathtub where the water comes out just out the spigot out the
it
top?
was a shower.
Okay, and you knew the shower was on, like water comes on that shower head? Then yes?
Yes,
Did you see it?
yes,
Okay, so you saw water pouring out?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
and then, you said you felt like a push or something like that? Who pushed you?
other person,
Okay, and where did he push you to, if anyone?
the shower,
Did you end up getting in that shower?
yes,
Okay, did you want to get in that shower? Then a no?
no.
Okay, how were you feeling at that time?
Scared.
Why were you feeling scared?
Cause at that time I had realized I wanted to go back home.
Okay, so you still don't have clothes on, is that correct or no?
Yes.
Okay, is he wearing anything that you can remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, so you get in that shower, is the water hot or cold or warm?
Regular,
Okay, what's regular?
warm,
Warm, okay, and do you get wet in the shower?
for like 2 seconds and I get out myself.
Okay, when you got out yourself, what were you trying to do?
I was trying to make my way past
Past what?
the person.
Okay, and while you're in the shower getting wet, where is he standing at? He's still in that bathroom or does he leave?
He's near the door.
Okay, is he saying anything to you that you can remember? Then no?
Just, no,
Okay, and you try to get out the tub or you do get out the tub?
I do.
Okay, and where do you go if anywhere?
I tried to make my way past
And
and,
what happens? When you
no,
try to get past, are you able to get past? Okay, why aren't you able to get past?
cause he was near the door and then he's right here. I'm right here. I tried to go this way, but he had went that way.
Okay,
And
so,
then he grabbed my arm again and then,
so were you able to leave out that door at all, the bathroom, or you gotta stay in there?
I had to, well, I was eventually,
Well, let's talk about second by second, okay? So you're in that room, you try to get out the bathroom, right?
yes,
Are you wet from the water still?
yes,
Do you have clothes on or no?
no,
Okay, you said you tried to leave the restroom, is that fair? Is that what you said? Okay, now when you're leaving, do you feel like you're able to leave that room or no?
no.
Okay, why not?
Like you talking about the bathroom?
Yes, do you feel like you could leave that bathroom right then?
No, because like, I tried to get my way out, but he didn't move.
Okay, so when he moved, is he moving clearing a path so you could walk out or something else?
No,
What's he doing?
he like got in my way, so I couldn't.
Okay, and what happened next? Does he say anything to you?
No, he still had to.
Okay, do you try to leave again or no?
I don't remember.
Okay, so what happens after that?
I felt the tight grip on my arm again at the end.
Okay, is it the same arm, left arm, shoulder area? Okay, and how do you feel grab? What's grabbing?
His hand again. I don't know which hand.
Okay, is it one hand or two that he's got you by?
One.
Okay, and what happens next after he grabs?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. So you're in the bathroom, try to leave, he grabs you. Where do you go, if anywhere? You stay in that bedroom?
Back to the bedroom and then.
Okay, how did you get to that bedroom? Did you walk there yourself?
No,
Okay, did you want to walk into that bedroom?
no,
Okay. Where did you want to go at that point?
to leave out the house.
Okay, did you ask if you could leave?
No,
Okay, why not?
wait, can you repeat that?
You said you wanted to go home at that point, right? Even before you got in the shower, did you want to go home?
Yes.
Okay, what point are you thinking, I want to get out?
As soon as I woke up.
Okay. And you are led by this man back into the bedroom. Is he walking first or you walking first?
He walked up.
Okay, is he still holding on to you or does he let go?
He lets go eventually when we're by the bed.
Is the bedroom close to that restroom we were talking about?
Yes.
Okay. How close is it? A couple steps or more than that?
There's a couple steps.
Okay. And do you remember any other rooms that you passed on the way to or from that restroom? Is that a no?
Yes.
So what happens when you get in the bedroom? What do you see?
I think I still saw the TV on, and then,
Was there anything on the bed or did it look exactly the same as when you left?
it was exactly the same when I left.
Okay, when you get into that room, where do you go?
I was shoved on, like, my arm was like, the same, I had the same feeling on my arm when I was like shoved in the shower, but like on the bed. And then I had passed out and then,
Okay, wait, let me stop you there. So you get into the room and you get on that bed? Is that yes?
yes,
Okay, how do you get on that bed? By yourself or does somebody make you get on that bed?
so like,
Okay, who made you get on that bed?
the first.
Okay, how did he make you get on that bed? Did he say something or do something or both?
No, he still hasn't said nothing, but, it's like I had the same feeling with like at the shower, but it was like on the bed.
Okay, so you get on that bed, you stay on the bed or do you try to move?
I tried to move and then.
How do you try to move?
I was trying to like wiggle myself out of the way, but like, it was like everything was moving fast to me, that's why I passed out. And then,
So let me ask you this, so he pushes you on the bed or makes you get on that bed? Is that what you said?
yes,
Does he stay in that room or where does he go?
he stays in the room.
Does he stay standing up, sitting down, laying down? What's he do? Sure. Where is he once you're on that bed? Where does he go? Is he still in the room?
Yes,
How close is he to you at that time while you're laying on that bed? Is he close, far?
yes, well,
Okay. Is he close enough to touch you or not close enough to touch you?
yeah, and then that's when like I was trying to wiggle myself out and then.
Okay, let me ask you, what you mean wiggle out? What are you trying to wiggle out from? What's holding you down?
Like, I felt like both of his arms were like pressured for like, my arms were like,
Okay, so let's go step by step. I think I'm asking too many questions too fast. Okay, you doing okay? Okay, we're almost done, all right? So when you are placed on the bed, does this man get on the bed too, or does he stay off the bed?
I think he begins
Gets to what?
be on the bed.
How does he get on the bed? Does he lay on the bed, sit on the bed, stand on that bed, jump up and down? What does he do?
I don't know, I just know that he get on the bed and then,
So you said he was touching your shoulders, you gestured to, is that right?
yeah, it
So-
was like
Is he,
pressure on both my shoulders on the bed.
okay, let me ask you this. Is he standing off that bed, holding you down, or does he get on the bed at all?
Like he gets on the bed.
Okay.
And then it's like he was holding my arms down and then I was trying to wiggle myself out of like the position and then
How are you positioned on that bed? On your back, on your stomach, on your side?
I was like, I'm like, I'm on the bed, but I'm positioned like this.
Is your head on the pillow where it was before?
No,
Where is your head at in relation to the
it's
pillow?
by the mirror, but not so close to the mirror.
Okay, so if the bed, before you were laying down with the pillows to your back, are you laying that same direction, or are you now the other direction, like or vertical now? You were laying straight before, you said TV's in front, right?
Yeah, I was laying that way,
Okay,
but
is
now I'm
that,
this way.
okay, so before you were laying one way, when you were pushed on that bed, are you laying on the side of the bed? Like, are you sideways now as opposed to straight up and down?
So I was laying this way.
I need you to just tell me what this way means, because I don't understand the movements. So you're laying on the bed initially, your head's in a pillow? Is that a yes?
Yes,
Okay, and your feet are straight down pointing to the TV, is that fair? Is that right?
yes,
Okay, when you get back on that bed, you're pushed back on that bed. Is your head still on those pillows, or is it now the side of the bed? Is your head on
it's
the
by
side?
the mirror.
Tell me where that mirror is.
It's like, my head is towards the mirror.
Okay, is the mirror at the top of the bed, the bottom of the bed, or the sides?
Side.
The sides, okay. Are your legs on the bed too, or are they hanging off the bed?
I don't know.
You don't remember, okay. And what are you seeing? Where is he in relation to you? Is he above you, in front of you, to the side of you? Where is he at?
He was above me because his like my shoulders had pressure. So,
Okay, so do you remember him touching with both hands at that time or no?
yeah, on my
Okay.
shoulders.
Did you feel any other part of his body on you weight-wise at that time, or just his hands? Where are his legs at?
I don't know.
Okay,
But I had like you.
okay. You're laying on the bed, he's holding you down, is that what you said?
Yes,
Now, have you ever ridden a horse or ride a bike before? Is that a yes?
yes,
So you know how your legs have to go one side, two side over that bike, right?
yes.
Okay, I want you to tell me, were his legs like that or something else? Where were his legs at compared to your body? Were they on the bed, off the bed? Okay, were they to the side of you, around you, or something different?
It was like my head is towards the mirror. His head is technically towards the mirror too.
Okay, and do you feel any other part of his body touch your body?
Yes.
Okay, what part did you feel touch your body?
Repeat.
What is he wearing at that time?
I don't think anything.
Okay, when you say anything, what does that mean?
Nothing.
So he was naked?
Yeah.
Okay, when you say naked, has he got drawers on?
Huh?
Has he got undies on, boxers, briefs, anything like that?
No.
Okay, do you see his body?
Yes.
Okay, do you see his whole body, or is any of it covered?
It wasn't covered.
Okay. And did you see anything below his waist or just above his waist?
Can you repeat that?
Do you see just his top half of his body, or do you see anything below his waist?
I see like head to like bottom.
Okay, so bottom, like bottom of the feet, or bottom of something else?
Head to bottom.
Head to what?
Head to like his head to his feet.
Okay, so what happens next? He's got you held down, you don't have on clothes, correct?
Yes.
And he doesn't have on clothes, is that right? Say it again.
Yes.
Okay, what happens next?
Then I feel like
Besides his hands, does any part of his body touch your body? Besides his hands to your shoulders?
yeah.
Okay, what part of his body touches your body? Are you feeling nervous right now? Is that a yes? Okay. Do you want to hold your Play-Doh, maybe calm down, take a few deep breaths, and keep going? You feel good? Okay, I need you just to tell me what you remember, and Judge made you promise to just tell the truth, okay? So you understand that the questions I asked, I need truthful answers, okay? So you don't have on clothes, are you still on your back on that bed? Or did you get moved? Okay. And He's got you by the shoulders, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and what does he do after that? If anything.
He like
I want you to just look at me, focus on me, okay? Can you sit still for a little bit? I know that you're nervous, a little fidgety, okay? Just need you to focus on what I'm saying. If I'm talking too fast, which I tend to do, you let me know, okay? So you're on that bed. Does he still have you by the shoulders, or does he remove his hands out?
he still has my shoulders.
Okay. As he's got you by the shoulders, does he do anything else or no?
Yeah.
Okay, what does he do?
Like his,
Let me ask you, do you feel anything else?
yes,
What do you feel?
like like
Let me ask you, are you embarrassed to talk about what happened, or do you not remember what happened?
I do remember.
Okay, then I need you, this is the time to tell us what happened, okay? This is gonna be our only opportunity to say what happened. I need you to tell me, okay? And tell the court, because he's listening, okay? When you're on that bed, does any other part of his body touch your body?
Yeah.
What part of his body touches your body? What do you call that part?
Boy area.
Okay, and what is the boy area used for?
Bathroom.
Okay, number one or number two?
Number one.
Okay, and his boy part went where?
A girl part.
Okay, whose girl part?
Mine.
Okay, and what do you call your girl part? Is it just girl part?
I call girl parts area.
Okay, girl parts and areas. So what do you use your girl part area for? Number one or number two?
Number one.
Okay, so you indicated some sort of touching between his boy part and your girl part?
Yes.
Okay, what kind of touching was it? What did you feel?
And like a movement or something.
Okay, did you see his boy part?
Yes, and that's when I like tried to wiggle myself out of it, and then that's when I passed out. Then I woke back up, and then
When you say passed out, did you fall asleep or did you feel like you fainted or something like that?
I feel like I think.
Okay, and do you usually faint? Have you ever fainted before? Okay, so why do you think you fainted right then?
That calls for speculation, Judge.
That
You can
because
rephrase.
That's fine. Why did you feel like you passed out at that time?
I haven't woke up like I think.
Did you fall back asleep or were you awake? Were you awake or did you fall back asleep? You said you passed out. I don't know what that means.
I woke
You woke up? Okay, but when you passed out, what does that mean? Can you
Like
explain this for me?
I didn't.
You couldn't see anything?
Yeah. I passed out, and then I woke back up.
How long were you out for? Did you not know?
I don't know.
And
I
when,
know it was a while.
okay, when you passed out, as you call it, do you know where he was in relation to you? Was he still in the same position or did he move?
When I was passed out.
At the moment you're passing out, sweetheart, do you see him or no?
Yes.
Okay, and when you wake up, you don't know how long you're out for?
Yes.
Do you remember or no? Was it minutes,
No.
seconds?
I don't know.
When you wake up, what do you see?
I don't really, I see the same thing in the room, but yeah, like,
Do you see the person in the room?
I just hear him saying, my mom and more people were outside.
Okay, so you indicated something about his boy part and your girl part, okay? I need to ask you a couple more questions about that, okay?
Yes.
Do you know the difference between inside and outside?
Yes.
Okay, so where you go pee out of, is that inside your vagina or outside your vagina?
Huh?
Your girl area, I'm sorry, where you pee out of, is it inside or outside your girl area? Sure. When you go to the bathroom, okay, number one, And you have to wipe yourself. Do you wipe yourself inside your vaginal lips, like your body area, or does it stay outside? You just wipe the outside? His boy part. It touched your girl part or touched somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to tell me what he did with that boy part.
I mean, no,
Here, let me try this. So when you say his boy part touched your girl part, did you feel his boy part inside of you or no? Yes?
that's right.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. How did it feel when it was inside of you?
I don't really know because that's when I tried to wiggle myself out, and then that's when I passed.
Okay, was your body feeling normal at the time, or did you feel anything not normal?
Not normal.
Okay, when you say not normal, and I said not normal, what does that mean to you? How are you feeling?
Like, when I was still awake, my girl area, like, it started to hurt. That's when I, like, tried to wiggle out.
Okay, so how long do you remember his boy part being in your girl part before you pass out? Is it seconds, minutes, or you don't know?
I don't know.
And was he standing still or was he moving when his boy part's in your girl part?
I can move, but
Do you know what kind of movement?
no,
Was he going side to side, spinning around, or you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, but you indicated that you felt it inside you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you pass out and you wake back up?
Yes, and then I hear that he said, my mom is looking for her outside, and then I hear, and then he goes to, and then,
When you wake up, are you wearing anything? You got clothes on?
no,
Okay, and so you're still naked?
yes,
Okay, do you stay naked?
no.
Okay, what happened?
He gives me clothes, and
What do those clothes look like?
then it was like that.
Okay, what did he give you?
A sweater and some jogging pants.
Do you put them on yourself? Do you put them on at all?
Yes,
Okay, do you put them on or do you get them on another one?
I put them on.
Okay, and what happens next? Do you put them on in the bedroom or somewhere else?
The bed.
Okay.
And then I went back out because then it's like I have put it on. Like I didn't want to put it on.
Okay, did you say anything to him as he's giving you these clothes?
No.
Do you see your clothes at all anywhere? No? When you got into that house, were your clothes wet when you first got in or dry?
My clothes were wet.
Okay. Did you ask him to do anything with your clothes?
No.
Okay. So you put his clothes on and where does he go?
He goes to the door and opens it.
And where do you go? You stay in that room or do you leave that room?
I leave the room.
Okay. So you said you heard his voice say, somebody's here. Who did he say was there?
My mom.
Okay.
And my family.
Did you hear anybody else or did you just hear him?
I heard people outside.
Okay. And what did you do when you heard people outside?
I wanted to get out.
Okay. I want to go back to when you're still on that bed, okay? And you feel his part inside your part. Did you try to get off that bed at all?
Yes.
Okay. Is that when you were doing the wiggling? Yes?
Yes.
Did you feel like you could get up if you wanted to?
No.
Okay.
Because my shoulders.
Okay. So you hear people that people are outside. Do you see anybody outside?
Yes.
Where do you see them from? Where are you at?
Window.
Okay, what window?
The window I saw come out of.
Okay, so do you leave that bedroom?
Yes.
And where do you go? What room do you go to? That living room or somewhere else?
I go to the living room once I have the clothes on, and then she opens the door, and then I guess they saw me, and then
What do you see?
I see a whole bunch of people.
Did you recognize any of those people? Who do you recognize?
My mom, my dad, some of his friends.
Did you hear them when they arrived, or did you just hear? You heard when they first got there?
I heard them when I woke up.
Okay. Who first let you know that they were there? Was it the defendant, or did you hear with your own ears other people talking?
Like outside.
So
I heard with my own.
Okay. And did you hear anything else? Those people stay outside, or do they come to the house, or you don't know?
I don't stay inside, I didn't stay inside.
Okay, how do you get out?
He opened the door and then,
So let me ask you this, if you remember, okay? From the time that you first wake up and you hear people, other people besides him, how long does it take him to open that door?
I think it was like around 15 minutes.
Okay, so from the time that you first hear people, he doesn't immediately open the door?
No,
Okay, do you go towards that door?
yes.
Okay,
I'm
what,
gonna go.
okay, what did you try to do with it?
When I first woke up,
Mhm.
he was still out there, so I don't know if my clothes were still there.
Okay, I'm asking about the clothes. I wanna know where you are. So you leave that bedroom. Are you guided out of that room or you leave on your own?
I was on my own.
Okay, and where is he at? Is he close to that front door or no?
He's at the front door, so I tried to look for my clothes in the room because I didn't know who was still there.
Okay.
So.
Did you hide your clothes?
No,
Okay, and what did you do next?
I went out there.
Where's there?
In the living room.
Okay.
And then he went to carry, he got 2 clothes, and then he gave them to me.
So when you first get out of the bedroom and go to the living room, are you still naked or do you have the clothes on?
Huh?
When you first leave that bedroom, you hear voices, you hear people you recognize, right? And you start walking out to that living room. Do you remember if you had clothes on at that point or not?
I didn't.
Okay,
Because
so,
that's when he gave me.
okay, so he gives you what you said were like jammy pants and a sweater or shirt?
Jogging.
Jogging pants, I'm sorry. So does he give those to you in the living room?
Yes.
Does he tell you anything about the clothes or no?
I just remember him saying put those on, and then that's when it was like.
When you're putting the clothes on, you still hear any noises from outside?
Yes.
Okay, what do you hear?
I hear people saying,
You hear people talking? Okay, is that a yes?
yes.
Okay, and where are you? Are you close to that front door or are you far away from that front door?
When I had the clothes on?
Sure, yes.
Yes.
Guess what? Where were you?
I was in when I had the clothes on,
Yes.
I was in the,
Let me ask you this. Were you close to the front door where you felt like you could leave right then?
no, I wasn't like near the front door, I was like still near the room.
Okay. Did you go or try to go near that front door?
Yes, that's when he let me out in the end.
Okay, while he's letting you out, what does he do? Does he have to open doors or they already open?
He had opened the door.
Okay, and does he say anything to you?
No,
Okay, so again, from the time that you first hear, you wake up, to the time that you leave the house, how much time do you think it passed? Seconds, minutes, or something else?
I think like 5 minutes.
Okay, and you said that door didn't immediately get opened by him?
No, not as soon as I was looking.
How are you feeling as you're standing in that living room with his clothes on and you hear people outside that you know?
I wanted to go.
Go where?
I wanted to like go outside.
Did you try to go outside?
I did go outside when he opened the door.
Okay, so did he just like hold the door open and you walked out, or did he move you out, or did you walk out on your own, open that door and walk out on your
He opened the door and then went out.
own? Okay, and who did you see when you got out?
My mom, my dad, my auntie.
Okay. There are a lot of people or just some people?
It was a lot.
Okay. How are you feeling when you got out of that house?
Scared. I felt like lightheaded too.
Okay. So when you first felt lightheaded after eating, did you continue to feel lightheaded or it went away and came back?
I only felt lightheaded because I was like, well, I didn't feel lightheaded. I felt like everything was going fast.
Okay. So would you say that this whole, everything we talked about, it happened pretty fast or no?
Like when I went outside the house.
From the time that you got in that house to the time that you leave that house, did things move fast, you think, or did it regular pace?
When I left the house, everything was moving fast because, like, my auntie had killed me. I think my dad and some of his friends
And when you left that house, did you leave with anybody?
Yeah, I left with my auntie.
Okay, did you go anywhere? Did you go straight home?
Ambulance had came,
Okay.
and the police, and the ambulance had came. Well, the police came first and then the ambulance, and then my auntie, not my auntie, my mom had went in the truck.
So, what, did you get into an ambulance or just see an ambulance?
I got into it.
Okay, and where did the ambulance take you to? Remember?
We kind of went to the hospital.
And did you get seen by a doctor? Doctor looked at you? Okay. And do you remember who you told first about what had happened?
My mom and my auntie. I think my dad too.
And your dad too. Okay, did you end up telling them in the ambulance or somewhere else?
As soon as I got out the house,
Okay, what house is talking about?
there's a house.
Okay, so you're talking to them outside, right outside this house?
You know, like in a car.
What car?
My auntie's car.
But did you go to the doctors in your auntie's car or did you take something else?
We had went to the doctor in the ambulance.
Okay, gotcha. And did you go right away, right after leaving the house, to see the doctor?
I had went into the ambulance.
Okay. Did you ever see your clothes again?
No,
Okay.
I still don't have it.
No further questions.
Cross-examine.
Good morning. You doing okay? You need a glass of water or anything? Okay.
Yeah,
Is it okay? My name is Kim and my last name is Michonne and I gotta ask you some questions too. Is it okay if I call you Sophie?
yes,
Thank you. Okay, Miss Sophie. Have you ever been to that house in question before?
no,
Do you know if Taylor had been to that house before?
no.
No, you don't know, or no, she had?
I don't know if she's been there before.
That's a fine answer. Now, on this day, do you know how to walk home from your school to your home?
I know how to walk from my mom's house, but not really of my dad's house.
Okay, so what was the plan? We left school because we didn't want to get in trouble because of our report card, right? So you hung out at school for a little bit there, right? Is that yes, dear?
Yes.
Okay. And the buses left and you knew Dad wasn't picking you up that day?
Yes,
Okay. And so you planned on walking to Mom's house?
no, I was trying to walk to my dad's house, but I didn't know like the direction.
The way to go?
Yes.
Did you have, or do you have a cell phone at all?
Yes, but it's at my dad's house, but I don't know where it is.
Sound like one of my kids. Okay.
Sound like me.
And so, do you know your mom and dad's phone numbers, or are they just programmed into your phone?
I know it, but Taylor didn't have her phone, and I don't think she had her phone at her mom's house.
See, you knew exactly what I was gonna ask you, you're smart. So, Taylor didn't have a phone and you didn't have a phone at the time, right?
Yes,
Okay. So you guys start walking and you're hopefully heading to Dad's house?
yes,
Okay. You just sort of know the general area Dad lives in?
I know the house, but I know the street and the address, but I don't know, like, if I was close to the street. I just walked until I seen it, but I didn't see it, so,
Understood. And then you come upon a house, right?
yes.
Do you think to go in or does Taylor think to go in?
We didn't think to go in until I was offered to come here, but she didn't go in.
Do you know why Taylor didn't go in?
No,
She didn't tell you.
because me and her last words were saying goodbye to each other.
Okay. And so Taylor knocks first, right?
Yes,
And then you knock.
yes,
And you never knocked on this house before
until that day.
until that day. Okay. And then you go in. and you have you think you said a peanut butter jelly sandwich
Yes.
and a orange crush, right?
Yes.
And you've been walking for quite some time, I think you said, right?
Yes.
And after you have a couple bites of that PB&J and a slurp of your crush, you take a nap, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you wake up and you're naked, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you see this individual, you said you saw him naked too, correct?
Yes.
Do you know what a condom is?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if that individual was wearing a condom?
No,
No, he was not, or no, you do not know.
I don't know.
Did you ever see the individual put on a condom?
No.
And you've indicated that his penis was inside of your vagina, correct? Okay. Now, do you know how long it was there?
No.
Okay, because you passed out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you do not find your clothes, right?
Yes.
And he gives you clothes to wear.
Yes.
Do you know how mom and dad and your auntie got to his house?
Yes. Taylor had told where I was, cause my mom was at the school checking the cameras and trying to see where I was and stuff. But then Taylor, I think Taylor went to the school and the camera saw me with Taylor. So Taylor had told them where I was.
Taylor told everybody at the school and your parents.
Yes.
And the first people that you talked to, you said you talked to mom, of course, and dad and your auntie, yes?
Yes.
Did you talk to them all together or one at a time?
One at a time because they were kind of like, they were like my mom and my auntie and a few others, they were like they were like breaking like open the window.
They were breaking open the windows to the house?
Yeah.
Okay. And
They were doing that, trying to get me out, but they just kept doing it.
understood. And at that, the part where they're breaking the windows, they don't know what, if anything, has happened to you yet, right?
Yes, but they knew that I was in there because Taylor told that I was in there.
Understood.
But I had told them what happened.
After they broke the windows and you came out, correct? Oh, is that a yes, dear?
Yes.
You're okay. Now, who was the first person that you told?
My auntie.
And do they ask you what happened?
Yes.
Did they ask you if you were raped?
Yes.
And then you told them the story?
Yes.
Do you remember if it was your mom that asked if you were raped or your auntie?
They both had.
Okay.
And the school administrator was up there too.
The school administrator was at the house? Is that a yes, dear?
Yeah.
You're fine. And did he ask you, or is it a he or a she? I'm sorry. The administrator.
It was boys and girls.
Okay. And did they ask you if you had been raped?
Yes, like my teachers.
How many times were you asked if you were raped?
I don't know.
It was a lot of people.
I think the whole street was covered.
Well, you were obviously very loved. So let me ask. Did you think you were getting, you said you thought you were getting in trouble because of the report card, right? Did you think you were going to get in trouble for going into somebody's house?
Yes.
Because I assume your mom told you you're not supposed to go into strangers' houses, right?
Yes.
And I assume you got a good dad that's gonna tell you not to go into people's houses, right?
Yes.
And did you break that rule by going into that person's house?
Yes.
And so you knew you were gonna get in a little bit of trouble for that, right?
Yes.
Hang on 1 second. Sophia, just one last little question. When you came in soaking wet, right?
Yes.
Did the person offer you some clothes to get dry? Do you remember that?
I remember, like, once everybody was outside, I got offered clothes.
But not before that? Okay. And Sophia, do you know if there were any cameras at this house? Like a Ring doorbell, that sort of thing?
Don't remember.
It's a fine answer. And do you know anybody named Raymond Jackson?
Who?
Raymond Jackson. No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you know anybody named Jerome Jackson? Yep. I have no other questions. Thank you so much.
Any redirect?
Just briefly, Judge. So Sophia, when you said you first told your mom and your auntie, did you tell them together at the same time or separate?
Same time.
Same time. And was that in that car, your auntie's car that you were talking about, or somewhere else?
Yes.
It was inside the car?
Yes.
Okay, and where were you at in the car? Back seat, front seat, driver's seat? Back. And where was your mom?
My mom was on the right side of the door, my auntie was on the left.
So are they outside the car or inside the car with you?
Inside.
Okay. And they start asking you questions?
Yes.
Do you remember them using the word rape or rape?
Yes.
Okay, when did you first hear that word in your lifetime? When did you first hear that word?
Like ever in my first life?
Yes. Where'd you learn it?
I don't remember.
Had you heard or used that word before you talked to your mom and auntie?
Yes.
Okay, what did that word mean to you?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. So you said you knew of the word rape because when defense asked you the question of, did they ask you questions, did they ask you if you were raped? And you said yes.
Mhm.
You said yes?
Yes.
Okay, but you knew what that word meant?
Yes.
Okay, what did you think that word meant?
It meant to be like, older, like a older person, like,
So what made you agree that what happened to you was rape? Did you use different words and not that word?
I need that word, but I know what it means.
Besides using that word, did you then tell exactly what happened like you did in court today?
Yes,
Okay, so you didn't just say rape, you told mom and auntie exactly what happened?
yes.
Okay, did anybody tell you what to say in court today?
No,
Okay, and what you're saying is the truth today?
yes.
Okay, no further questions.
Can I just ask one brief follow-up? When you were telling your mom and auntie what had happened, did you know this individual's name?
He told me his name was said.
And so did you use that word when you were telling the story to mom and auntie?
They only asked me, did I hear rape?
That's all they asked you?
Yes, and that's when they went back and started. And then that's when they had left the house, and then that's when they left the car, and then they started going back and breaking the windows here.
Okay, so they broke the windows after they asked you the question, were you raped? And you said,
Yeah, people were breaking it, but once they had asked me it, they started breaking the windows after they asked me.
okay. So you were already out of the house at that point, right?
Yes, and they had asked me what happened.
Understood,
And I told them.
understood. Thank you.
Okay, Sophia, I just have a couple of questions and I'm gonna let you get out of here, okay? So you said that at some point he made you get in the shower, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, was that before his boy part went into your girl part or after? Okay. Okay, so you took the shower first and then when you got out the shower, he put his boy part into your girl part, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And did you take a shower any other time after that? Or wash up or anything after you
I
put his
think
boy
when
part
I
in?
went back home,
You went home? Okay. Did you go to the hospital before you went home? Or did you go home first? You went
I
home,
went to the hospital first.
went to the hospital first. And when you went to the hospital, did they examine
Mhm.
your girl part?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. That's all I have. Any questions based on my question?
Not from the people, Judge.
None from the defense.
Thank you. You may sit down.
Very quickly, people call Miss India Doggin, Doggan, India, comment spelling.
Okay.
Grab it, please.
Please step forward and give your name and spelling to the young lady seated there. Can you give her?
I'll have
You have it, okay. Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you. Maybe give me your right.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state your name one more time for the record?
Yes, India Logan.
Okay, and Ms. Doggins, do you have knowledge of anybody named Sophia?
Yes, my daughter,
Okay, how old is Sophia?
10 years old.
And where does she go to school?
Gumbers Elementary,
And what city is that in?
Detroit.
And where do you live in relation to the school?
Approximately a mile and a half away.
Is it still in the city of Detroit?
Absolutely.
Okay. And did you live at the time with Sophia's biological father or not?
No.
Okay, did he live in the area that you know of?
Yes.
Okay, where did he live?
About 2 miles away.
Okay, 2 miles away from the school?
Yes.
So you're all pretty much in close
Same
proximity?
proximity, correct.
Okay. Now I want to ask you, how did Sophia typically get home from school?
Typically, just my son takes her to the bus and she gets on the bus and come home. He'll pick her up from the bus stop.
Okay, how old is your son?
16.
Okay, does he go to a different school or same
A
school?
different school.
Different school, okay, so your son typically does the picking up and dropping off?
Correct.
Was there ever a time where Sophia would take another form of transportation?
My father,
Was it always a family member taking her?
correct.
Was there ever a time that she took school bus?
The school, that's what she typically takes, is the school bus.
Okay, so when I'm asking how she gets to and from school, is somebody dropping her off at the door, she getting out the car, going to the school, or she on the bus?
She gets on the bus.
Okay, so somebody takes her to the bus stop and she.
Correct.
Okay. And I want to ask you about April 17th of 2024. Do you remember that date?
I do.
Where were you at that day in the morning? And home, is that place close to the school?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what time do you typically expect Sophia to walk through that door back?
Between 3:05 and 3:15 latest.
Okay, do you know what time school lets out? Is that?
2:40.
Okay. And it usually takes about 25 minutes to get
Correct.
home? Okay. And did she get home on time that day?
Not at all.
Okay, what do you remember you doing when she didn't get home?
My son came back home from the bus stop without her. I called her father to see if he picked her up, because sometimes he'll pick her up. He said he did not have her. I called the school. They did an all-call for her 3 times. There was no Sophia. I called my sister. She went up to the school. I met her halfway. She came and got me. We went to the school.
And did you speak to anybody at the school?
Yes, Miss Perry and the other assistant, that's the person in the front.
Okay, and what did you do while you were at the school?
We surveyed the cameras for about 3.5 hours.
Okay, and while you were looking at the cameras, did you see anybody that you recognized as Sophia?
Yeah, my daughter, yes.
Okay, and did you see in what direction she was going to?
Down Burke Road.
Okay, did you see anybody with her?
Yes, a little girl with a purple coat on.
Okay, do you know that girl's name?
Taylor.
Okay, and do you know Taylor?
No, ma'am.
Okay, but you've heard of her before?
Correct.
For this date?
No.
So what do you do after looking at this video?
We surveillance it. They finally got in contact with Taylor, and she let us know what was going on, and she was in the house with a man.
Okay, based on that information, what do you do?
We talked to Taylor and tried to get where this house was located, and when she finally was able to tell us that the person's home was on a corner where there was an empty school there, I immediately knew where she was. Like, there was only 4 corner houses, so it was between one of those 4 homes that she could have been in.
Okay, so how did you know which corner home to go to first?
When we pulled up, the little girl and her brother were outside the man's house. The little boy was knocking on the door trying to get my daughter out. Presently, at that time, we pulled up.
Okay, do you remember that street name, that house?
Braille.
Do you remember the address or not?
15777 Braille.
Is that the city of Detroit?
Absolutely.
Okay, and when you get to that house, who's there when you first arrive?
Me and my sister at that present time.
Okay, and do you do anything?
Knocked on the door, or banged on the door rather.
Now, do you know how long your son was there before you arrived?
My son?
Yeah.
Arrived where, I'm sorry?
You said your son came to the door, was knocking on that door?
No, the little girl.
Okay,
Her
you-
brother.
her brother, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so sorry. So, had you met this little boy before?
No,
Okay, do you know how long they were there before you?
no
got there?
idea.
Okay, but when you got there, where's the little boy at?
At the door, knocking on the door.
Okay, and when he's knocking, do you see any movement at the door?
Nothing.
Okay, and what do you do again?
Hop out of the truck and go banging on the door trying to get my daughter out of this house.
And when you're banging on the door, do you hear anything?
Nothing.
Okay, how long are you banging on that door for?
For at least 5 minutes before he even came to the window.
And how many times you banging on that door?
Several, more than I can count.
Are you saying anything?
You let my baby out this house. My daughter is in your house, so Sophia come up out that house.
What kind of a volume is your voice?
Way higher than this.
How you feeling at that time?
Anxious, trying to figure out my daughter's in a home with someone we don't know.
Now, does that door open at all?
He went to the window, and after he left the window, from that time, it was probably 4 or 5 minutes before he even came to the door.
When you say window, do you remember what that window looked like?
A long bay window?
Okay, so it like bowed out,
No, just a long,
like a picture window?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And do you see anything in that window, anything obstructing your view to?
yeah,
inside
it's
that-
blinds.
Okay, but the blinds closed or open?
They were like, for the most part, closed. You could see a little bit through it.
Okay, are they the vertical blinds or
Correct.
horizontal?
Vertical.
Okay. And you see this person through the window, you said?
When he came, like, opened the windows, he spread them apart and showed himself in the middle.
Okay, what's he spreading apart?
The blind.
The blinds, okay, you see his face at that point?
Correct.
Okay, and you said the door opens then?
About 4 or 5 minutes after then, we were still banging on the door, waiting on the police.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, you get to the house, you're knocking on the door, it's 5 minutes or so before you see him at the window?
Correct.
Okay, then you're indicating how much longer until you see him at the door?
About 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, does that door open?
Yes, it does.
Who opens that door?
The defendant.
Okay, and do you see that person that opened that door that you saw in that window in the courtroom today?
Yes,
Can you please identify him by pointing and saying something he's wearing?
him right there with the green.
Okay, Judge, I guess for court identification of the defendant at this time.
So noted.
Now, had you been to that address before at any other time?
Never.
Okay, Were you aware of your daughter ever having gone to that
Never.
address? Okay. And did you recognize this person that you saw?
No.
Okay. And what happened when that door was open?
He refused to let her out. He said that she didn't want to come out. So I'm yelling at him, you know, it doesn't matter if she want to come out. She ain't supposed to be in there. So at that time, her father pulled up and got the door open. My sister was able to get in and get my daughter out of the house.
Okay, did you identify who you were?
Yeah, at the door. I'm her mom. You know, I'm screaming, let my baby out your house.
Did you say your daughter's name?
Yes, I was screaming her name for her to come out of the house.
Okay. And he says no?
No, she didn't want to come out.
Okay, does he say anything else?
That he was washing her clothes.
Okay, did he explain that anymore?
No.
Did you ask what that meant?
No, I didn't. It was so much going on that
Okay.
there was no communication for him. Just get my baby out of the house.
Okay, when you first got there, what was the weather like when you pulled up?
It just got done pouring down rain.
Okay, so was it still raining at that
No,
time?
not at that time, no.
All right, was the ground still wet?
Yes, very much so.
What time did you get to that house?
I would say we left the school, I want to say around 6:04, maybe got there at 6:15. I don't think she came out of the house until almost 6:40.
Okay. So you get to the house at 6:15?
Somewhere around, you know, not precisely, I don't have a precise time, but
And you're saying from the time you get there and you get knocking on the door to the time that you see your daughter again, how much time passes?
at least 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, and how do you see her? Where do you see her at?
She's getting carried out of the house by my sister.
Okay, so did you see your sister actually go into the house?
Mhm.
Is that yes?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
And where was the defendant at while this is happening? Do you still see him or
In the
no?
doorway.
Okay, is he doing anything?
In the doorway?
Okay, is he saying anything?
No,
Okay, and at some point Sophia comes out,
correct.
what do you see her in?
A gray sweat outfit, which is here, is not the clothes that she left school with.
Okay, so you never saw that outfit before?
No, never.
Okay, what did it look like on her? Was it her size?
No, there were definitely clothes. There was a polo, logo on it, gray, and some gray jogging pants.
Okay, and do you remember what Sophia was wearing that day?
Yeah, she had some black cargo pants, I believe it was a purple, Lilo and Stitch
Okay,
shirt. She had a purple long sleeve shirt on, because I told her it was gonna rain that day. She got on a multicolored jacket and some bubble shoes.
did you have any other words exchanged with the defendant? Did you hear
No,
him
ma'am.
say anything?
Mhm.
Did you say anything to him?
Nope.
Okay, what was your immediate thought when you saw Sophia?
To just make sure she's safe. We got her to the back of my sister's truck. The first thing was to ask her, did he do anything to you?
Okay, and did she respond to that?
She did. Well, she was crying profusely. She was saying she was scared. And me and my sister began to ask her, you know, are you okay? Did he do anything to you? Did he touch you? And she said yes. So we were asking her, what did he do? What did he do to you? So she just blurted out, he raped me.
Okay, and had you used that word with her before? Have you taught her what that meant?
Yeah, she does. She
Okay,
knows what I mean.
okay, besides using that word, did she explain to you what he did to her?
Yes.
Okay, and how did that leave you feeling?
In an irate stage,
And was she still upset at this time?
very much so.
Okay, and upset, how did you know? She was
She was
upset.
crying profusely. She was hyperventilating, just scared, you know, that's something she's never been through before.
And as she's telling you this, she's still in that state, emotional state?
Exactly.
Okay, and what did she say happened?
Yeah, his private touched her private right at that moment. You know, we were just all going through so much emotions at that time. We went and retaliated a little bit.
Don't worry about that right now.
Okay.
So I just wanna know what she said to you.
That he raped her and that his privates was touching on her privates. We asked her, did he do it on her mouth? She said no, just her bottom.
Okay, and did you know what she meant when she said bottom?
Yeah, her privates.
And do you, when you're referring to that area of her body, do you call it private part? You knew what she
Private
meant?
parts, yeah,
You
definitely.
knew what she meant,
Mhm.
okay. And where did you go after speaking to her in the car?
We waited for the ambulance to come and we took her straight to Children's Hospital.
Okay, did you make any detours? Did you go home?
No,
at
we
all?
were in the ambulance,
Okay, so immediately after leaving the house, did you go to the hospital?
correct.
What hospital was that?
Children's Hospital,
Were police on scene when you got there?
absolutely.
Okay, and did you speak with them as well?
I did.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Prosecutor.
Just briefly. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
If I ask a question that you don't understand, you just let me know.
Okay.
On this particular day, do you know a Jerome Jackson?
No,
Do you know a Raymond Jackson?
no,
You had indicated that you had pounded on the door for maybe 5 minutes, I think you said?
Correct.
Did you notice any, video cameras in the area?
Yeah, he got a ring camera.
And after you saw him, you said it was an additional 4 minutes before he opened the door?
Correct.
And are you still on the porch at that time?
Yes. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. When he opened up the door, I wasn't on the porch, I was in his walkway.
I'm assuming that's just kind of a step off. the
Yeah,
porch.
yeah.
Did you ever throw rocks through his window?
I did.
Was that before or after?
After, my daughter said he right there.
Got it. One second. Do you know if your ex-husband and his friends did anything when they entered the house?
Her father's not my ex-husband. And I'm unaware of anything that when we get into the ambulance, I'm unsure of anything.
Okay, so you don't know what, if anything, your ex did or didn't do?
No, yeah, I don't know.
Thank you, no further questions.
No problem.
Any regret?
No, Judge, the people rest.
Thank you, ma'am. You may step down. We're all set, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Any other witnesses for?
No, Judge, the people rest. Thank you.
Any witnesses for the defendant?
Not at a preliminary exam.
Judge, the people move to bind over as charged, starting with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree, person under 13, defendant 17 years or older. Sophia Littleton Bay testified, and she indicated that while she was in the defendant's home, she was led into his room under the guise of sit here, watch some television. He got her a sandwich and a drink. She immediately said she felt lightheaded and tired. She fell asleep. When she woke up, she indicated she did not have any clothes on. She indicated at some point right after waking up, she felt a grab on her left arm, was led into the shower, still naked at this time. She's forced to get into that shower, come out of that shower. She tries to get past him to leave, locks that door so she cannot get out. He then forcefully leads her back into the bedroom that she was initially in. She only testified about one bedroom. I can only assume that this is his room, but we don't know for sure. But either way, there was a larger bed in the room. She is put down on that bed, still naked and held down by her shoulders. She indicates that her private part, her female part, as she called it, was touched by defendant's male private part. I asked what that private part is used for. The male private part, defendant's private part, she said he uses it to pee out of, number one, and that she uses her part to pee out of as well. She indicated that while she's being held down with both hands at her shoulders, she feels like she cannot get up, she cannot move, and at some point she feels a pain or feels his private part going into her girl part. She said that there's a motion going on by defendant. She doesn't know exactly what that motion was, but she says she felt it inside of her. Once this ends, she actually passes out, I believe she says. So I'm not sure how long she's passed out for, but she remembers waking up and hearing pounding at the door, voices at the door, and she hears defendant tell her, your family is here. Now, as far as the CSC one, as Your Honor is aware, any kind of penetration is enough, however slight. I believe there was clear testimony that there was entry into Sophia's vaginal opening by a defendant's penis. That's how she described the sensation, at least, or the feeling of it. And she also said she's 10 years old. I asked her, is the defendant over the age of 18? She said yes. As far as kidnapping, Your Honor, kidnapping requires two elements. Number one, that the defendant knowingly restrained another person. Restrain means to restrict that person's movement or to confine the person so as to interfere with his or her liberty without that person's consent or without legal authority. The constraint doesn't have to exist for a particular length of time, and it can be related or incidental to the commission of other criminal acts. So with the kidnapping, Your Honor, I think we have that twofold. We have it, number one, in the bathroom where she's already disrobed, not at her own hands, but she's has her clothes removed by the defendant. She doesn't do it voluntarily. She's forced to take a shower. She cannot exit that bathroom voluntarily. She's led back into the into the bedroom, held down and penetrated by the defendant, Your Honor. I believe that holding down by the shoulders as well as blocking from the exiting the bathroom, I think that satisfies the restraint requirement for the first element. The second is that when the defendant did so, he intended to do one or more of the following: engage in criminal sexual penetration or a criminal sexual act with that person. We have that here in sequential order, Your Honor. He gets her back into the bedroom, he holds her down. She says she tries to wiggle away, but she cannot. She says his hands remain on her shoulders, holding her down at all times. And she described that being held down while she's being penetrated, Your Honor. For purposes of kidnapping, we have the restraint and we have the intent to do the sexual penetration, which not only did he have the intent, he actually did it. As far as unlawful imprisonment, it sort of goes hand in hand with an element of the kidnapping where she is not free to leave. You don't need separate actions here other than the bathroom, blocking her exit, as well as keeping her in that bedroom, restraining her from being able to leave that bedroom voluntarily. She said she wanted to go home, she could not, Judge. So for purposes of count 1, count 2, and count 3, I believe I have probable cause to find over and I ask that you do so. Thank you.
Ms. Shaw.
We will simply object without part.
All right. The court, after hearing the testimony, I appreciate that. Thank you. The court, after hearing the testimony of young Miss Sophia Littleton Bay, is satisfied that the burden of probable cause as it relates to all the charges contained in the complaint form. The court finds those charges were committed in the city of Detroit. The court finds probable cause to believe this defendant committed. The defendant will be bound over to Wayne County Third Circuit Court of Criminal Division of Court Proceedings. His arraignment on the information date and time will be May 20th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. What is the defendant's bond?
3 men.
Oh, good. Bond will be continued. Remand.
Judge, may I approach with the DNA forms for your signature?
Yes.
Would the court consider a DSU referral?
No.
Understood.
Say, excuse me, Judge. How many times do I need to show these videos until people become aware?
Multiple times.
Now get in there!
When a child experiences trauma, they can be stripped of their ability to imagine. But imagination is colors. All the colors. Imagination is freedom. And whatever you want it to be. But a child without imagination is not a child at all. Will you help defend our right to imagine?